this video did not find you for a reason. It did not. You just happened to click on it, and YouTube happened to show it to you. I'm sure you're not the only one who feels this way, but this has been happening for over a year now. I have become addicted to YouTube and watching people talk about this found you for a reason and whatnot. And quite frankly, I'm over it. I'm sick of it. It's played out, and you might not like my attitude, but this is just honestly how I feel about it. Because it's kind of like a joke, you know? It's, I have my own perspective that I just want to share. And the thing is, this platform is called YouTube. But ain't nobody being themselves. Actually, they're being curated versions, the best versions of themselves, or they're trying to be something that they're not, as well as, you know, I find myself doing the same exact thing. Anytime I turn the camera on and I want to say something, I have to curate a version of myself that is acceptable, that somebody will listen to, so that way you can get attention for views or subscribers. And honestly, I'm turning off the comment section because of all this stuff. We are more connected than ever, but then we're disconnected. So it doesn't really make sense. And then we run and hide and click on a video instead of talking to real people in real life and actually living our lives. And you're like, why are you doing this in public? I don't really care. That's the point. I am in public. Why can't I be myself in public? You know, if I'm going to hide in my house or my car to be a special version of myself to my own little audience, you know, I can't be this in person in public. That's kind of the reason why I'm doing it in this setting, because I'm challenging myself and I'm challenging anybody else who actually finds this to think about what's going on here, because quite frankly it's getting ridiculous and it's getting out of hand, and nobody's really seems to be taking an honest look at themselves other than me. I mean, I don't know who is. You don't really know what happens to people behind the screen, I guess, or behind the camera when the camera is off. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is like change this whole thing, because I don't like it. But my honest opinion about this whole thing is that it's kind of just a psychological it's a psychological thing, you know? You feel connected, you feel like you've got some type of sign telling you, oh, you know, this video found me for a reason, so therefore I need to click on it. And I need to waste 25 minutes of my day listening to somebody else talk about their intuition when it has nothing to do with me, other than the fact that an algorithm curated and found what I actually engage with. And since it knows humans, you know, it tracks all this data, well then it's like, okay, they'll watch this. And so then somebody with a spiritual ego comes on and says, I'm so psychic and spiritual that I know what you need to hear right now, which is complete nonsense. In my opinion, outsourcing your intuition to somebody that you've never even seen before, and then listening and putting faith into whatever it is that they're saying because the video found you for a reason, is absolutely absurd. I mean, listen to what's going on here. There's nothing spiritual about that, you know? And quite frankly, the most spiritual thing that I've found in the past year, after going through this and watching my unconscious behavior play out right in front of me to try to observe these patterns and become aware of them so that I can change them, because quite frankly, I've been addicted to YouTube for a long time, because it's easier to just entertain myself than it is to face my problems and then you know. But the most spiritual thing that I've ever done this whole time is walk to go get water, you know? Like, not watch a video on YouTube. So, I don't know what to do differently about this, but that's why I'm making a video, because I'm trying to change that. And the thing is, I don't think that we need to be sitting behind screens or cameras being like, oh, we're so connected, love and light, everything is so connected, but yet I can't even, interact with somebody honestly and be my real self in public, because I'd rather hide and have somebody else reflect that back to me in a video and be like, oh yeah, I connect to this person so much, but yet they don't even know who I am, and quite frankly, they don't even care about who I am. All they really care about is that I click on another video, watch it all the way through, so they can get their ad revenue or whatever. And maybe that's a reflection of myself, is that I don't want to have a spiritual ego and show up and try to convince somebody of a persona to try to get attention online. And it seems like these are unconscious motives of, well, what's my purpose? What am I doing here? Oh, maybe the purpose is just to exist and have human experiences and actually have relations with other people and not be so spiritual that you're above being human. Maybe the point of being human is to be human, not pretend like you're not. If that makes any sense. And how does this relate to all this? I don't know. I'm just rambling, and I just feel like I had to say it, and I had to make my own video. So, if you feel encouraged, since the platform is called YouTube, make your own video in response to this. Instead of just putting on a comment, we should make real authentic connections with people and say, hey, whatever it is, your thoughts, feelings about this particular subject, and just title it, "This did not find you for a reason." And it will be your take, because sitting here consuming more videos being like, oh, I need some help, I need some self-help, I need some spiritual guidance, I need some manifestation advice, it's really just a trap in itself. And what I'm saying is that this whole thing is a trap. and you're just escaping from the present moment. You're not being here now. You're trying to get out of the present moment, and that's what I've been doing, and I'm watching myself do it actively, and I'm trying to do something different by shaking things up and doing this and telling my honest thoughts online in public, because that's what needs to happen, not just go and run and hide and click on another video, or go and run and hide and turn on the camera and tell everybody, this pretend version of yourself that you that is so perfect and acceptable to everybody else. It's not real, and I'm just over it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. So, those are my honest thoughts. Go and make your video right now. Post it. Share it with me. I don't know. I don't really care if you like or subscribe. I don't really care if you comment. Actually, I'm going to turn off the comments, because we don't need to be interacting through screens. We need to be interacting in real life. Because this is destructive to mental health, and parasocial connections online with people who don't care about you is not the answer. So anyways, have fun. See you later.